Hey guys, how's it going? I am WWE Hall of Famer Lita, welcoming you to General Admission Wrestling.
Are the men honoring the House of Black, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Lashley, 5 Intercontinental Championships between them. 2 of the most successful men in GAW history and absolutely terrifying in their own right. And now, under the thumb of Aleister Black and the House of Black. What a way to start off the show. So what are the Lucha brothers thinking right now? They obviously didn't know who the men were, though they did know that they'd be facing the House of Black. But now seeing Lashley and Nakamura in front of them, 2 of the most dangerous men to ever enter a GAW ring. Do you think the calculation changes at all for Rey Fénix and Pentagon? I think it should. Obviously, tremendous athletes, but how do you deal with the striking power? How do you deal with the speed? How do you deal with the toughness? How do you deal with the unpredictability? And we have almost no context for these 2 as a tag team. They've been in the singles arena for almost their entire careers. So there's still more we don't even know. Bobby Lashley will begin things here for the House of Black, and immediately Penta trying to break down his guard, didn't work. Follow-away slam, counter, reverse DDT. The Lucha brothers, if they're gonna have any chance against this brand new tag team, are going to have to be fast. Penta with a sling blade, tag in early. Here comes Rey Fénix. And Fénix obviously understands the importance of trying to take House of Black out of their comfort zone early. Shinsuke Nakamura in there to break up the tag and give Bobby Lashley an opportunity. Nakamura on the wrong end of a Frankensteiner by Fénix, but it did its job as Bobby Lashley turns around in its dominating strength from the Dominator himself. Obviously was accompanied by Conor McGregor for a long time. Part of the Mob and a former Intercontinental Champion 3 times. Also a former mixed martial arts practitioner, as well as Nakamura, so that's obviously something that Aleister Black seems to prioritize. Lashley flies with the splash. Fénix in trouble. Penta is there. Lashley paying no mind to the other half of the Lucha brothers. It is just a single-minded attack from Lashley. Rey Fénix had enough in him to turn around on the ground and pound. And now Fénix gonna take off. Fénix going for a springboard. He's shot out of the sky by Bobby Lashley. But Fénix fast enough for the heel kick. Tag in, Penta is legal. Nakamura back on the apron as Bobby Lashley going right after Penta. It's a Dominator from Lashley. Bobby Lashley identifying the weakness. Rey Fénix was there just in time to break up the tag, and now he's gonna pay for it. No, Fénix off the shoulder, reverse DDT. Rey Fénix trying to keep his team alive. Fénix cannot stop Lashley from tagging in Shinsuke Nakamura, and the former 2-time Intercontinental Champion enters the match. Nakamura with Penta in the drop zone. Splash, Penta moved out of the way in time. But Nakamura right back to his feet. He breaks through the guard of Penta easily, still reeling from that Dominator. Nakamura, the practitioner, possibly the creator of the strong style. He is an obvious fit in the House of Black. And that strike-heavy attack of Nakamura has been almost unbeatable by nearly everyone who he's gone up against in his illustrious career. Nakamura lighting up. Penta takes a step back. There's the roundhouse. Catches Penta right on the jaw. You know, there's that nerve right there. Penta might be out. Rey Fenix knows the danger all too well. Breaks up the pin. Now Fenix will pay the price as Nakamura gets him into the corner and drops him down. Face first, turnbuckle. Now Nakamura giving even more to Rey Fenix. This is the ruthlessness that we've heard about from Aleister Black. Penta trying to get to his feet. A little good vibrations from Shinsuke Nakamura. Turns back around into the waiting arms of Pentagon, but Nakamura again too fast and takes Penta down at the knees. This is the performance I think Aleister Black was dreaming of. Kinshasa attempt, counter, Bomaye attempt, turn into the DDT. And now Penta, he's got the right arm, and Pentagon finds a way to get the Lucha Brothers back in this match when it seemed that all hope was lost. But again, I think you could say a dream performance so far for the House of Black. As far as Aleister Black is concerned, they have dominated one of the best teams of this generation. Now Penta going after the leg himself. Nakamura shaky on that left, and Penta with a face breaker and turns it around. High stack cover. Penta, no. First real opportunity of the match for the Lucha Brothers, and it's courtesy of Pentagon Jr. Tag in, Rey Fenix is legal. Fenix up to the top. Nakamura could be in a bad way. Up to his feet. Rey Fenix gonna walk the ropes, and a huge drop kick. Nakamura now suddenly needs out of this thing as Fenix caught out of midair by the former IC champion, and Nakamura will get his opportunity to make the tag. Here comes the almighty Bobby Lashley. An absolutely dominating force. Lashley, full Nelson's in on Rey Fenix. Penta's there. Shinsuke Nakamura plays defense. Rey Fenix is out, he's tapping, and the House of Black has their first win. As they look over the prone body of Rey Fenix, it's tag team cohesion at its absolute best. A two-pronged, two-headed attack from GAW's newest tag team. And immediately it seems as though the House of Black can compete with any team in the world. Look at this. Bobby Lashley, full Nelson, Penta was there, but Shinsuke Nakamura steps in at the last moment to play defense, and Rey Fenix is forced to tap out. Bobby Lashley and Shinsuke Nakamura walk away with the win, and for the House of Black, it is a statement. The Intercontinental Champion will be in action in the main event. Matt Riddle defends his title, but the tag team representing, honoring the house is as dangerous as they come. No, I know he's in this just for him. I mean, there's no other reason that he would have let Marty Scurll into that match. Those two have hated each other their entire lives. It's only because Marty had that thing that he wanted. So, the only thing it makes the MLW title is just a trinket. It just happened to be there. He just wanted it just so that he could say he had it. Just so that he could say Will Ospreay brought it to GAW. I don't care if it's here. I don't care if it's in MLW. It doesn't matter. But the point is, what do you do with it? How do you treat it? And I thought that Will Ospreay was going to be the kind of guy that treated it the way it was supposed to be. But it's just, It's just leather to him. It's just a little bit of metal. It's just something he can put around his shoulders. He is everything that Marty Scurll said he was. He's everything that Marty Scurll is. And on top of that, he's not even grateful. I'm not going to let this stand. This isn't going to happen. I didn't come back for this. Roddy. No, listen, man, I don't have anyone with me. I just want you to know that I'm not going to do anything to you like what we did to Walter or anyone else. I respect you too much to do that. Now, I am going to beat you. I'm never going to let you take this title, but I will let you fight for it. It's good for the black and gold, and I think that it's good for you. Just consider your options, you know, when we're done with all this. We could use someone like you. Does anyone truly believe that Adam Cole is going to stick to his word? Does anyone really believe that he's not going to attack Roddy Strong and that he's not going to try to use any duplicitous means necessary to hang on to the World Championship? I certainly don't think that any of his actions have warranted us believing in him. But I guess only time will tell. This is a #1 contenders match for the United States Championship. Sonya Deville making her return to GAW. And it is an MMA night tonight. First it was the House of Black. The main event will see Matt Riddle. And then it's Sonya Deville, one of the most dangerous female MMA fighters in the world. Makes her return, Kairi Sane. We've seen her in and around GAW so often, fighting for the World Championship on multiple occasions. She was one of Asuka's great rivals. One of the few women to be able to boast any kind of pinfall over the former world champion. It was in an Iron Woman match where Kairi Sane did get a fall over Asuka. A great emissary of the Joshi style and of Joshi culture in general. We're very thankful to have Kairi Sane in GAW. She may be less thankful to be in GAW after she has to face down Sonya Deville, one of the most dangerous women out there in Deville. You know, we saw her last week and she did not mince words about what she would do to her opponents. Kairi Sane might be on the wrong end of a very, very brutal Sonya Deville attack. We'll just have to see. This match, as I say, a #1 contenders match for the United States Championship, and we have the United States Champion herself, Ember Moon, joining us. And we'll ask a few questions. Ember, first of all, thank you for being here. So I gotta ask, it was after your match last week that Sonya Deville decided to air a little video promising the myriad violent things she would do to any woman she steps in there with. I don't suppose there's any way that you're intimidated at all by Sonya Deville? Well, no, you know me too well. You know I'm not intimidated at all. But I think it's good of Sonya to put her game plan out there. I think it's just like her to be arrogant enough to think that she can just tell people how she's gonna play. That's not what I do. I change my style all the time. I do different things because I know that everyone is gunning for me. I know that I'm the big dog around here. I get it. So Sonya just putting her game plan out there, I don't think it's gonna work as well as she thinks it will. Well, look, as a mixed martial artist, you can't argue with Sonya Deville's track record, and obviously we're seeing what she's doing here against Kairi Sane. She's got the striking power to really put a lot of muscle behind her words, so to speak. But it's not all about Sonya. Obviously, Kairi Sane, incredibly dangerous in the ring here. So, of these two women, who do you think you'd have a better chance against? Well, I mean, you know me. I'd obviously beat both women. I think the matches would be very different. If I were to face Sonya, I'm not going to tell you my game plan, but I know that I'm more athletic than she is. And look at Kairi. A little insane elbow action from Kairi Sane. But I know Sonya Deville. I know that's not going to put her down, and it did. You're absolutely right. It did not. Sonya Deville surviving the insane elbow. Kairi Sane has to go again. But my whole point is, whoever it is, I know that my game is too developed. I know they can't beat me because I can do everything that Kairi can't. I can do everything that Sonya can't. So it doesn't really matter to me. I will still be the U.S. champion. So, Ember, you're obviously confident that you are better than anyone that could fight you for the U.S. title, but you couldn't beat Kacy Catanzaro for the world title, so what's next? Very simply, I'm going to be the best wrestler on earth. If I have to fight Kacy again, I will. If I have to make the U.S. championship the greatest title on earth, I will. The point is, I know how good I am, and I know that I will be the best. Ember Moon, U.S. champion, thank you so much for joining us. Sonya Deville continuing this attack against Kairi Sane, and Deville right on cue. Kairi Sane kicks out. Deville with a huge slam. Sane stays in this match, but maybe not for long. Deville takes her down with the right hand. Fans in attendance loving it. Ember Moon, the U.S. champion, obviously not intimidated by either of these women. And I love Ember Moon's confidence. However, you got to be realistic at one point, and you got to see that both of these women present very serious dangers. Sane with a meteor to a grounded Deville. And Kairi Sane, by the way, going strike for strike against the noted MMA practitioner. Now has Deville in the head scissors, just trying to wear her down. Sane knows this isn't going to get the tap out. That's not the point. Deville able to turn her around. Great core strength. Kairi Sane right back on the attack. Sling blade, and now Sane, certainly a second one would finish it. Diving leg drop. Kairi Sane flew from the skies, and Sane leg hook. Deville kicks out. Sane not liking the call on that. She may love the call on this. Kairi Sane, two would end it. Insane elbow, but Deville was out of the way. Sonya Deville knew the dangers of seeing that for a second time. Now Deville gets Sane up, and Deville again with the massive slam. Sonya Deville, after a long match, has finished off Kairi Sane. That was an incredible match, and the insane elbow, unable to get the job done the first time. It's been a bugaboo for Kairi Sane for the last number of years in GAW. She comes up just short. So Ember Moon, all that talk will be put to the test. Sonya Deville will be your next challenger. Let's hear now from William Regal as he takes us through Drew McIntyre and Walter by the numbers. Next week, the two greatest European wrestlers of this generation will go nose to nose for the greatest title in all of the Promised Land. Drew McIntyre, Walter. This match will define the next generation of European grapplers. So here it is, by the numbers. Walter comes in with a truly astonishing 16 singles championships to his name, including 3 times as the West Side Extreme Champion. He spent 662 days as champion during those 3 reigns, defending the title successfully 18 times. Combine that with his 3 reigns as GAW Intercontinental Champion, where he spent 925 days and made 29 defenses, and you have one of the most dominant wrestlers that has ever lived. Many would say that this is an impossible mountain for even Drew McIntyre to climb, but they would be wrong. McIntyre himself is on the cusp of history as he is one GAW title away from winning the GAW Triple Crown. He spent over a year combined with various GAW titles and himself has 20 title reigns across his illustrious career. If there ever was a king of Europe, it would be Drew McIntyre, who has held gold in 7 different European-based promotions. The Claymore is deadly, of course, but do not forget his No True Scotsman submission has a 100% success rate, and on average, it takes only 7 seconds for opponents to tap when McIntyre decides to end a match. There is no denying that Walter is special, I have said so myself. But Drew McIntyre is a king, and he will continue to be when he gets his win back against the Ring General next week.
Ain't no slowing down, ain't no stopping me. Guess who's back around? Guess who's
Well, that match will go down next week. Drew McIntyre, Walter for the WXW Unified Championship. It headlines an incredible Veterans Day for us here on Friday Night Storm. And we'll have more information about what's going down next week later on, actually after this match. But first, Dakota Kai makes her return, and she does it in one of the most difficult ways you can imagine because Taya Valkyrie is the woman on the other end, fresh off her battle with Kacy Catanzaro for the World Championship. Dakota Kai came down, attacked Catanzaro afterward. Dakota Kai coming out with the World Championship. Unbelievable. Kai, for as arrogant, for as brash, for as just despicable as she is one of the best out there. And we've known that. A former world champion in her own right, and seems that she has her sights set on winning that title once again. If there's any woman who is capable of fighting Catanzaro, it is Dakota Kai, who is every bit as good of a wrestler as the world champion. Dakota Kai is one of the best out there. As we say, Valkyrie, though, one of the most experienced, well-traveled women in the world of wrestling, and that will serve her well in this match against a woman who has so many weapons at her disposal, and Kai certainly does. Here's one! Choke slam into the backbreaker. Certainly learned that from her team kick teammate, the Lady King Tegan Knox. Valkyrie trying to do the same double foot stomp. Kai going low to the legs. Kai showing us all why she is the leader of Team Kick. A kicking combination you would not see anywhere else on earth. Kai up top, diving double foot stomp for Dakota Kai. Absolutely flattens Valkyrie, hooks the leg, and it's a 2 count. Now Kai obviously seeing potential world championship match. If she is to get the win here for Taya Valkyrie, talk about the impact she could make. Kacy Catanzaro would be in her debt. And certainly Valkyrie, by putting up a win over one of the best wrestlers in the world, would rocket her name to the top of the list when it comes to world championship matches. So lots on the line for both women. Valkyrie understands the stakes and a gut wrench on the outside. Valkyrie knows what she's doing. She knows what she has to do, and now putting those powerful legs to work in the head scissors. Kai able to shake her off, and now Dakota Kai sending Valkyrie back in the ring. Arrogant as always, the former world champion. Now Kai back in. Big right hand slap from Valkyrie, but Kai gets back on top, reverse DDT out of the fireman's carry position, and now Dakota Kai, she's got the arm, Valkyrie, right forearm, Kai came shooting back off the ropes and into a back suplex by Valkyrie. Taya did everything right, now just has to finish it off. Turns her around, Valkyrie, double underhooks, looking for, I think that face buster that she's used. Dakota Kai on top of everything but Valkyrie, instead going for the stomp. Arms trapped, absolutely vicious, Kai's in trouble. No! As I say, Valkyrie, so experienced. But does she have enough to beat Dakota Kai here? Went in for the takedown, Kai was on top of it, and Kai with a bulldog. Maybe not quite, Dakota Kai is crafty, and Kai up under the shoulders goes Valkyrie, team kick. That's the name that Dakota Kai has given a vicious kick right to the temple. Very simple, team kick, and no! Valkyrie survives. Wow. Taya, Valkyrie has forced Dakota Kai to go again, and Kai will oblige up under the shoulders for the second time, and team kick again. Valkyrie benefited from the couple seconds it took to drag her away from the ropes. Not so this time. Dakota Kai, the leader of Team Kick, and uses Team Kick to put away Taya Valkyrie. That first one, Valkyrie was able to survive. It took Kai a couple seconds to drag her away. See it there. It's absolutely vicious and so well placed, that kick right on the temple. Kai did have to drag Valkyrie away. That's what saved Taya, but only for a second. Dakota Kai was not to be denied in this match, and Casey Catanzaro, the world champion, coming down to confront her. Dakota Kai wants no business. Kai's out. Catanzaro wanted to get that title back, the title that she has earned, but Dakota Kai, the title that she stole, will stay on her shoulders. Kai obviously staying away. Catanzaro, this is not a woman that you want to piss off. Kai should know. I think these two might be on a collision course. Well, we mentioned how big next week was going to be, and it's not just the WXW Unified title on the line. Will Ospreay will take on Davey Richards' best friend and tag team partner Eddie Edwards in what will be, I think, an incredible and emotional contest. Phantasma of the Black and Gold will take on Claudio Castagnoli one-on-one after Castagnoli was attacked 3-on-1 back at Battle at Broadway. And another Black and Gold representative, it's Gallus, that will step in against War Machine for the Tag Team Championships. Adam Cole's fingerprints are all over the show. Let's hear from the world champion. How many times are we gonna play this game with Claudio Castagnoli? He wants to go again and again and again against the Black and Gold. It's all yours, but don't say I didn't warn you when you wake up in a hospital bed next Saturday. And as for War Machine, you've recognized the fact that most of the cowards in this sport will get scared away by loud noises and ridiculous proclamations, and I can at least respect you for that. But Gallus is not one of these soft millennial nobodies that you've been facing. Gallus is two very large, very angry British bulls that will not think twice about ripping your arms off, kicking your heads in, and ending your careers. And that goes for anyone who goes up against them or the Black and Gold, baby. By this time next week, the Black and Gold may very well have 3 titles to their name, because Pete Dunne is as likely as anyone, I think, to wrest the Intercontinental Championship off Matt Riddle. We've seen it happen multiple times. You get these matches that the champs have little time to prepare for against dangerous men like Pete Dunne, and then suddenly, that's it. Your title reign's over, and especially with the Black and Gold behind Pete Dunne, this could be the most dangerous test that Matt Riddle has ever faced or will ever face. We'll see if he's up to the task. That all being said, the House of Black being behind Riddle that now contains Bobby Lashley and Shinsuke Nakamura might make the Black and Gold think twice. This, Matt Riddle, a reference to the leader of the House of Black, the man who brought him from, frankly, a singles disappointment to becoming Intercontinental Champion. Riddle wasting no time in sending a message to Pete Dunne and the Black and Gold. And the mask, the bare feet that is so dangerous. Matt Riddle, this is not the same man that we've seen in GAW the last number of years. This is not the same man who turned on Keith Lee, who fought him, the then future world champion at Nitro 10. This is not that man. This is a man who has bought into the teachings of the House of Black, and as a result has become one of the most dangerous fighters in the entire world. And what's going through Pete Dunne's head watching this unfold? It's our main event, and it's next. Riddle, when you strip away the mask and the shadows and everything else, what you're left with is just one of the most dangerous fighters we've ever seen. A striker who is unparalleled, I think, in his ability, at least since joining up with the House. And we can see it here as Riddle just firing away on Pete Dunne, and I'm seeing blood already on Dunne's face. Matt Riddle has wasted no time in going right after the bruiserweight. Riddle from the top, right on the top of the head. That will make the bleeding even worse from Dunne. Dunne has to answer, and he does, but only for a second, as Riddle, you cannot outstrike Matt Riddle. We're seeing it here. Riddle, go to sleep. Dunne's on his feet, German suplex. A mauling from Matt Riddle, hooks the leg, Dunne kicks out. Pete Dunne survives, but only for the moment. When you're fighting Matt Riddle, you cannot let your guard down for even a second. Dunne knows that, and Dunne going right after Riddle. He is going to have to leverage the joint manipulation techniques that have made him such a dangerous man over his entire career. Dunne is a heavy hitter, we know that. He's also got this in the arsenal, X-Plex. As Dunne fires back, and now Pete Dunne in a great position against Riddle, who throws on the brakes before the ropes, but Dunne was there. German suplex. Dunne was one step ahead of Matt Riddle. And it's a 2 count. The Intercontinental Champion has had the tables turned on him by one of the most offensive-minded attackers in general admission wrestling. Now Dunne, bitter end. And Dunne, just like that, we have a new champion. Pete Dunne, no! That would have been exactly what Adam Cole in the black and gold told Pete Dunne to do. But Matt Riddle was up to the task, and what a punch! Dunne tried to go for the double axe. Matt Riddle just unleashes a right hook to the body, and Riddle going to work again. Springboard moonsault showing the athleticism. Riddle drops the senton on the midsection. And Matt Riddle is woken up. Fast start. Pete Dunne comes back. Matt Riddle prepared to end him right here. And Pete Dunne's got to find a way out of this. We know what's coming. Riddle off the ropes. See ya! Pete Dunne will certainly be out after that knee to the face. Dunne! Oh my goodness. Pete Dunne grabs the rope, and Matt Riddle stunned for a second, but not letting that take away from his focus. Dunne survives for the moment. That's, of course, the operative phrase. How much does he have left? He just took a Matt Riddle knee straight to an already bleeding face. Riddle trying to tiptoe around Dunne, and on the shoulders, Riddle picks his moment. Reverse DDT, and now Riddle looking for a knee strike to the side of the head. Dunne back to his feet, knife edge chop. Dunne trying to outstrike the Intercontinental Champion, and a butterfly suplex finishes things off. Dunne starting to feel himself and starting to, I believe, get feeling back after that knee to the face. Dunne, once again, Dunne, bitter end. Pete Dunne again, and surely now, no! The fans want to see it again. Pete Dunne, I can't believe that didn't just end this match. Riddle, jawbreaker, fighting up off the ground. Knee strike counter. Dunne backs him up. And Dunne again, going in for that striking combination. And Pete Dunne again, butterfly suplex. Dunne has been prepared for this last offensive strike from Riddle. But if I'm Pete Dunne, this is the kind of thing that you need to do. Dunne, triangle choke. He's got Riddle on the knees. Dunne needs to try something that he hasn't tried already, because his game so far not working against Matt Riddle. Riddle posts him up, and Riddle slams him down. Wow, the strength from Matt Riddle. Both men dazed. Riddle first to act, sends Dunne into the corner, and Riddle has Dunne's arms away from his midsection. Riddle just goes to town on the abdomen. Talk about the pain that this will cause. Riddle knees and the springboard moonsault. Now Riddle, he's gonna fly in a diving senton to an already destroyed midsection of Pete Dunne. Riddle, that knee to the face, it didn't work the first time. Dunne was too close to the ropes. He might have been trying it again, but now Dunne answers back. And Pete Dunne, he's gonna try it again, and surely a third time. He might have been looking again for the bitter end. Riddle turns aside that right. Now Dunne has control of the arm. Dunne breaks the fingers. And Dunne, boot to the gut. Pete Dunne, X-Plex. And Dunne, maybe that will do the job. Dunne hooks the leg. No! Dunne right back on the offensive. Bitter end, countered by Riddle. Matt Riddle saw all the way, and Riddle has taken him down and into the twister. Matt Riddle has transitioned to the twister, and Dunne taps out. What a match! What a performance! Pete Dunne just came so tantalizingly close to winning the Intercontinental Championship. But one more bitter end was not in the cards. And Matt Riddle, this guy's legit. As an IC champion and as a representative of the House of Black, Matt Riddle is the real deal. Folks, thank you so much for joining us. Catch us for Evolution on Monday and a very special Veterans Day edition of Friday Night Storm coming up next Friday. We'll see you there. We appreciate you.